Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am doing fantastic. And I am coming at you for the week of May 1st through May 7th. Oh, tell me in the comments down below if you love it when a week starts, the first of the month starts on a Monday. It just makes me feel so prepared and set up for the month. Oh my goodness. It makes me, and when January starts on a Monday, I feel like my year is going to be a great year. I can't, is anyone that insane? Do you think that the day of the week that the month starts on has vibes? It's wrong when it starts on a Sunday. My favorite is when it's a leap year and it goes from a Saturday to a Monday, even though I don't like it when the first of the month starts on a Saturday, like this July. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Maybe I'm just an insane person. Yeah, so I am coming at you this week. If you hear some clicking in the background, my kiddo's just in his jolly jumper. He's just happily watching some shows and jollying outside. It's storming a little bit. So unfortunately, again, we have to stay inside. It's been this weird mix of beautiful and sunny and then stormy. So I am just doing a very, very basic week this week. I elected for 2 weeks in a row of scatter, which feels really weird to me. But my next week, I think I'm going to do straight across just because I want to make it extra. I've got something that isn't a Sweet Tea Sticker Coquette. Not that I don't love him, but I've been using a lot of them recently. I was just looking back at all my spreads. I will say, though, the Sweet Tea Sticker Coquettes are absolutely 1000% the absolute best for the sidebars. There's no better kit. But you will also see that I struggled. So firstly, I started filming this. It is July 21st today, and I started filming this July 2nd. This whole thing has been an epic struggle. I don't know why this week was so hard. I'm finally into May. I finally feel like I'm catching up with my kits. I'm really, really pumped to bring you the next couple of months. Actually, that's what I have to do. I have to order some day extenders. That is what I needed to do. Okay, good to know. We're back on track, guys. Anyway, this whole thing was a struggle. I don't know what came over me, but this week was hard. Are you having fun there, sir? Anyway, I did the sidebar as I do. You know, I love the nice thick this week. So that was really nice. Trying to figure out what I did the week before, also another sweet tea kit. And I just decided I needed to do another week of scatter. And then this is the week that I decided halfway through the week that I was going to stop marking hockey. Obviously, my Leafs were out of the playoffs and did not make it to the final. We made it to the second round for the first time in 19 years or something stupid like that. So yay for us. But simply not good enough. And then I am doing, it's not even a trick anymore. It's my new thing. I am just raising up the header on the top so that it's halfway covering or covering the date, and then I'll just bring the date covers up above that just so I have a little bit more space because the bottom is wonky in this planner. And I haven't mentioned it in a while. This planner is a Sadie's Stickers Vertical Neutral 2023. I love it. It is exactly what I wanted the Erin Condren to be when I first started planning. I don't know what the Erin Condren's like now. I don't watch anybody who has an Erin Condren, and frankly, it's not my cup of tea. The company, the company is what the company is. So yeah, I finally have a planner I love. I really hope that she releases a neutral one for 2024 because I think I'll be in it for 2024. This is a style that works for me. I like to see my memories laid out like this. I like that I'm doing this. I mean, I don't know how long I'll plan for, but for right now, I'm still enjoying it. So why not do it? And this year the hobby has been, oh, do you have a lot to say? This year the hobby has been very inexpensive because I've spent a lot of my time using my stuff. And I think that's really the most important thing to remember here. We are team use our stuff. And honestly, I did not realize how much I had overbought for the rest of this year I need very, very few kits going forward for this year. I have a lot of leftover spreads I want to do. I've got a lot of full boxes that I can pull and make into beautiful, beautiful spreads. Like, I don't need that much more stuff, and it's frustrating for me because I would like to buy all the pretty stuff, but I am trying to be a little bit more cognizant with my money. Actually, recently, my husband and I decided that we want to take our kids on their first trip next year on a plane. And in Canada, unlike in the States, I know I've got a lot of people from the States who watch me. So in Canada, unlike the States, we have like two major airlines. And we're a very, very big country. So firstly, obviously, it's a big country. But like, for example, for me to fly from Toronto to London, England directly and say go to Gatwick or Heathrow, it's not that big of a difference. It's like 8 to 8.5 hours flight. For me from Toronto to fly to Vancouver, which is on the West Coast, California, for those people who don't know Canadian geography, like that coast, but like up north, it's a 5.5 hour flight. So like, this is a big country, and the prices for tickets, especially with the monopoly from the two airlines, is absolutely astronomical. So what I want to do is be mindful about my spending so I can save as much money as possible so that we can take our kids to the East Coast next year, see my best friend who lives out there, do a bunch of the fun East Coast stuff, because I lived there for 5.5 years, and I would love to like expose my children to that and get them to see like the ocean and swim in the ocean and have fun doing all of these things that are like my favorite thing in the world to do in the East Coast. So I'm just talking and telling you about my life. Like, I'm just going through this kit from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. was so stinking cute. Polka dots are my jam. I don't know how she managed to make it look foiled, but it looks foiled. At the time of this voice recording, which is the 21st of July, I just said that. I don't know why I needed to look at a calendar. There is currently a discount in the shop, and I do think that you guys should all go check it out. Sweet Tea Sticker Co. has really good shipping, and then they also have, just good prices with or without the discount. So the first thing that I noted on this day was that I was up at 5 a.m. I thought this was not going to be a regular occurrence, but then it was. So that was rough. But I decided to be productive with my morning. My kiddo was just quietly playing with his toys on the floor next to me. So I baked some muffins, and that was great. And that started off a baking kick for me and my kiddo. My older guy just loves baked muffins. And then again, this was the last time that I was using that sampler. I did daycare drop off and groceries, and I used the baked muffin was from the Coffee Monsters Co. And then groceries was just the grocery icon from the kit. Excuse you. Oh, and there's the cat, of course. So that's my whole, everybody, my usuals for my planners. So yeah, then I struggled a lot here. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use a half box or if I wanted to use a quarter box to mark the next upcoming couple of things, but it ended up being a half box, and I was trying to like figure out the sizing and figure out what I want to do here, and it was just a bit nonsense. I'm still not really great with half boxes and quarter boxes, but I do like the day extenders. Like, I like not leaving things out. I like noting the things that I do every single week, like groceries and daycare drop off and baking muffins and just like basic stuff. It's really nice when you look back on it. You're like, oh, this is what I did for a while, and this is how things have changed. Like, I find it fun. I find it helpful. So then I layered the half box sticker on here, but because it's a rounded edge, I decided to cut off the edges of the day extender, but like just round them so it matched my half box. And I think it turned out pretty well. Again, my spacing isn't phenomenal here, but that's okay. And I just marked that my dad had another medical incident not related to his stroke from a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately it did delay his recovery. He was currently in the rehab hospital at that point. So luckily he had medical professionals who could look after him, but definitely it has impeded his recovery, and it's now, the end of July, and he has just resumed his stroke recovery. So it's been a tough few months that way, and actually this week you're going to start to see it catch up with me. Then the shop that is no longer open, Coffee Brain Plans, I just noted that I organized and donated some of my kiddo's baby stuff, his baby clothing. We're 2 and done. Then I noted with the Paper and Milk Maru that I did an email blast to everybody, just as I have been. My husband and I got to spend some time together. We watched hockey together, and then I just did some laundry that evening. I had so much to do. The next morning, weirdly enough, my kid never leaves his room when he wakes up. Like, he waits, and you can hear him singing in his room. He's just a really good kid. He charged into our room and said, "Good morning," at 6:15 a.m. It was really cute. Like, it was really adorable. We loved it. But normally we don't get to sleep in. So it was a really, really nice change of pace. Then I called my mom, which I do every day. I just use that to mark some stuff sometimes. Then I used a squish from Fox and Cactus. I hung up my new shower curtain liner. I change it less frequently than I should, but certainly I change it about 3 times per year. And then I used another squish. I love these construction squish, to note that we went to Home Depot so we could check out some patio stone. We're going to redo our back patio in our backyard. The people who did it before didn't level it. So with the erosion and the winters that we've been having, the stones are all uneven, and it just doesn't make for a very nice living space outside. And we do spend a lot of our time outside. Then I went to the park with my older kiddo, and that night I put both boys to bed, and I noted the Leafs game in the second round. It was a loss. I don't want to talk about it. Next up, I just filmed and edited for Monday, or edited and uploaded from filming that I did another day. And then I finished this book called Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. It is such a beautiful book, and I didn't realize that it's going to be part of a series. So I think I've pre-ordered the second in the series, or I'm waiting for it to come out. But I read it on e-reader, so I don't really need to do anything with that. Like, I don't need the physical copies of the books. And then after that, my in-laws came over. They are back from the UK. They came over from 3.5-hour visit to pick up their cat, really. But my sister-in-law traveled back with them, and so she came over and visited the boys. So it's been a lovely time having her here, always. And then the cat left, and I used a Paper and Milk Maru to note that. And then I just used an emoji with a battery burnt out, just to say that, like, my kiddo and I did not feel well that night, and I filmed my February 13th through 19th base. Then my kiddo was home from daycare the next day, really not feeling well, and so I used a Paper and Milk Maru to note that I had to do laundry. I think either he threw up or something. Then we got our eaves troughs done at 9 a.m. that day. So when we had done our roof, we had requested a quote for the eaves troughs too. And for some reason, we could never, ever, even during the pandemic, get a hold of the guy who did our roof to do our eaves troughs as well. So then finally this year, we had a little bit more disposable income. We're like, well, we need them done, because we had, like, it was like a deluge. It was so messed up. And so it was nice. I used another Fox and Cactus squish to mark that. Then my older kid, who's not napping anymore, had a nap. So I knew he was really, really sick. He just fell asleep on the couch. But while my little guy napped, my older guy and I crafted, they're called angry monsters. They're just when we have big feelings, we do some crafts about it. There's a lot of glitter involved, and it makes him feel a lot better in spending time with me. And it's been a really good activity. And it's literally just take a paper plate, use some Elmer's glue, get him to do some sparkle glitter on it, and then glue some googly eyes and like some stickers onto it, and it's his favorite activity in the world. And then I just noted that my little guy was really cranky that day for some reason. So I noted again that on the Friday that my older kiddo was home from daycare with a fever this day. It's so weird that the fever just snuck up on him. We went for a walk. We got some medicine. We went to the grocery store and to the dollar store just to buy him like a toy. And then the boys just snuggled with me on the couch. They were both very, very low key on the Friday. Hello. Hello. Happy boy. So much laughing. So then I had to use another day extender. There was a lot that went on this day. I did allergy testing. It was the third day I was doing peanut butter with my kiddo. It went really well. I just used the paper and milk, or the Coffee Monsters code, just to note that like it's really stressful and tiring. My older kiddo and I did more crafting, and then we all just changed the sheets together. I used a Simply a Mess icon for that, and unfortunately she just announced that she's closing permanently, so no more Simply a Mess, but I have a couple of stickers while it's at. Then my kiddo liked boiled pears, my baby, so that was really exciting. We went as a family to the park after my husband got home from work, and then I finished filming my plan with me. This plan with me this week also took a while. And I started a series called A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Not my jam. Did not like it. You know what? I'll come back to it. I was in a reading slump after Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and just this book didn't speak to me, and it hasn't spoke to me. So then on Saturday, another busy day, I had noted a call with my mom and my dad separately. I ended up not being able to do that. You'll see some finagling there. But essentially, I did an email blast to everybody again about my dad. Then I used a paper and milk Maru, and the script is from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. It's garden work. My kiddo and I prepped the garden beds for plants to go in, and then we went for a walk to the bakery close to my house, and then I got both boys down for a nap that day, which was like really, really exciting. Then we played in our backyard for quite some time. The weather was really, really nice this week. And then I love that I have like specific stuff for this, but I did weeding. I pulled weeds. So again, the script and the Olivia are from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. And then I used a This Is Fine paper and milk Maru to note that I had to redo my voiceover. For some reason, my voiceover deleted entirely off of my video. I was furious. And then I had finished filming my plan with me on this day. So you'll just see that I moved that into the second spot and take away one of the call ones up above. But I really, really struggled with my spacing on this day. So it was, I was really frustrated by having to redo my voiceover. I just, I worked really hard on my voiceover and I liked it, and it just really annoyed me that I think this is the one I had to redo like 3 times. I know everybody has that, but like, I was just really annoying. The only thing is that orange really doesn't match anything else in the kit, so it's pretty unique, but it's okay. When you look at it overall, it really doesn't make too big of a difference, so we shall prevail. Then Sunday was a very calm day. In the morning, we had a chill morning. I used a Fox and Cactus Pastel Girl for that. And then I had a migraine, and it was a tough one. It was not a great I don't normally mark my migraines. This one was a tough one. It's got to be bad if I mark it. And then I still had to be a parent, though, so I baked cookies with my older kiddo while my little one napped. And then I just used the Family Time Love, which is my favorite one, to mark when my mom comes to visit. So visit with my mom from 11:20 till 2:20. She stayed for a really long time, which was really nice. It means my kiddo had her for lunch. He ate like a champ, which makes me very happy. And then I used a Fox and Pip icon, and then 2 Fox and Pip icons, just to note that we played in our backyard. We did a lot of chalk as well. And then we went to the park that afternoon, and we just had like 90% of the day outside. It was just a really, really nice day. So that was everything. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to see you in the next one. I hope that you are all staying safe and well, and I will chat with you next time. Toodles!